Hey friends, Lissa here for another video. Today we are doing a Q&A, and I'm going to be doing a lot of Q&A videos because when I posted on Instagram and Facebook that I was doing Q&A and I wanted questions, I got tons of questions. I want to be able to answer everybody if I can. So I'm going to split these up into a bunch of different videos so that you guys have you don't have to watch an hour video me answering like 15 questions. So I'm going to make a lot of videos answering a lot of questions. So hopefully an answer can help somebody out there or give you a little information or anything like that. So let's start. I'm gonna try and do about 5 questions per video. So we're gonna start with these ones. And these ones are all from Instagram. I wanted to send a huge shout out to my Instagram followers. You guys are awesome and I love having you over there. Thanks for all your lovely comments and likes. And I love when you guys tag me in posts of stuff you made from my meal plan. It's really awesome to see how you guys present my recipes and how you liked them and sharing and tagging and all of that on Instagram. So I love you all. Let's see. Eyes of Fire asks, how did you handle detox when you started? And if you have any tips for people who have detox. I was fortunate, unfortunately, to not have a huge amount of detox symptoms when I started, when I first went raw. I did have like slight headaches, muscle aches and pains and that kind of thing, like typical stuff, but it wasn't intense. A lot of people will experience more intense symptoms, and it really depends on your toxicity level, how your body is dealing with stuff and how it's releasing things. For tips to help, I really highly suggest, for me, if I was suffering from detox symptoms, I would do warm water enemas. And not the little syringe ones. We're talking like the big orange bag full of like 1.5 liters of warm body temperature water, and just do enemas daily until you start to feel better, because that's going to help pull out any mucus, any extra stuff, excess things that are burdening your body. Lemon water first thing in the morning is really, really good because your liver is the one that's filtering out all of these toxins that you're releasing. And as you lose weight, also, toxins are stored in your fat cells. So as your fat cells shrink, the toxins are released into your bloodstream. So you have to deal with that too. And your liver has to filter everything. Lemon water, warm lemon water first thing in the morning is really good. Just squeeze a little bit of lemon in a little bit of warm water. Or you can do your liter of lemon water like I do first thing in the morning. That will help your liver out with dealing with those toxins. Also, the third tip is to make sure that you get a lot of fiber. So boost your greens up. Eat a lot of greens. They're gonna help. Basically, greens are kind of like the vehicle that your body needs to take the toxins out of your body. So if you're not going to the bathroom as often, you should be going about 2 or 3 times a day, in time with your meals. You should be releasing that with the fiber bulk of your stools. So you want to have a high fiber and high hydration. Lots of water is going to help with detox symptoms as well. Again, it's just something that you're going to have to go through. Detox symptoms can be skin related, and I will be addressing a skin issue later on in these questions. Actually, I'm not. I thought that was a different question that I'm doing on a different video. But I was going to say that it did take me about 4 months before my skin really cleared up on a raw vegan diet. I really had to give it time. I really had to give my body time to release all of those toxins and all of that bad stuff that was causing me to break out all the time. So you need to be patient with yourself, and you need to give yourself the best stuff so that you can actually heal. So that tall vegan girl wants to know, how much greens do you suggest, and can you recommend a good juicer and dehydrator? For juicer dehydrator, I personally use a Breville. I've heard, I think Olympic is a good brand for juicers. I really don't juice a lot. It's very, very rare, and I have the Breville from when I bought my juicer probably 5 years ago. I bought it on a health kick binge one time I was doing, and I used it for about a couple weeks, and then it went in storage. So I do have my juicer, and I do use it occasionally, mainly if I'm going to make a raw vegan dish that has like patties where I need the pulp from the vegetables to make the patties. I will use the juicer to get the pulp, and I drink the juice. So I don't do juicing on a regular basis. really don't. And actually the only reason why I don't is because I'm lazy. So I don't like cleaning it. But I will, again, I'll use it if I want to make like a fancy recipe or something like that and I need the pulp. As for dehydrator, this is a question that I get all the time because a lot of my recipes require a dehydrator. Not necessary. I mean, you can just skip the dehydrator, but I use my dehydrator to warm things up. So I put veggies in there, especially for my chili, for example. I just chop the veggies and stick them in the dehydrator for about 45 minutes just to get them warm, so that when I add the warm chili sauce, it's not, they don't get cold very often, because most people will take the fruit and veggies out of the fridge and eat them cold. Whereas if you're doing a chili and you want it a little bit warmer, I'll just stick them in the dehydrator so that they don't make the chili sauce colder faster. So, and it's really nice for like mushroom caps, like my mini mushroom pizzas. You can dehydrate. I have a recipe in my meal plan that has, it's like a Caribbean lime coconut meat kind of a salad. And so I just marinate the coconut, the young Thai coconut, in spices, and I throw that in the dehydrator to infuse the flavors. But again, I only really use it to warm things up, and I might start playing around with wraps coming up a little bit, but I do need to get a better dehydrator, and that comes to answering the question. I am personally saving up for a Sedona dehydrator. That is probably my best suggestion. If you have the cash and you want to buy a really good one, the Sedona is the way to go. Second place, I would give to Excalibur, and then there's a ton of different dehydrators out there, lots and lots of brands, some that I don't even know about. It just depends on what store you go to, if you go online and look for one. But if you're looking for one, I highly suggest getting one with trays that slide in and out, because the stacking ones, you can't decide how thick it is because they stack. So if you take one away, it's still going to be the same depth, I guess, per tray. But if you have the sliding ones, you can take a tray out and then you have lots of space, so you can put things like big mushroom caps in there and stuff like that. So I highly suggest trays. I highly suggest looking for one with a timer, and make sure that it goes below 115 degrees Fahrenheit. That's really that's the key temperature. Between 115 and 120 is like the max temperature for things to remain raw. So that's for the answer for that question. I hope that helps. Nature's Sky 11 says, wants to know, does skin tighten up on a raw vegan diet? I personally believe it does. I lost weight very slowly, so I didn't get a lot of loose skin, but my skin does feel a lot nicer and a lot softer. And I think the collagen, like you can get collagen, but the Irish moss that Marcus and Kara sell on their website, I will post a link to their Irish moss in the description below, so you can go grab that. They claim that that is a really amazing product for skin, and I have another video somewhere on my YouTube about making a cheese with it, because it kind of like a jelly kind of thing. It's just a sea vegetable and it doesn't have any flavor, so you can add flavor to it. And I made these cashew and almond cheeses, like a ricotta you can make with this sea moss, and it's really, really, really good for your skin. So you can go check that out, and it's supposed to help tighten your skin. But again, I don't eat it enough to notice a difference for that. It's really, really rare and very occasional that I actually consume that. Another thing that you want to do if you want to tighten your skin, tighten your muscles underneath your skin. If you seem to have like sagging arms or saggy butt, do some squats, do some leg lifts, do some arm exercises, because tightening up the muscle underneath will help tighten your skin. So that's a really good thing. Get on those exercises and get tightening. Two more questions. Morgan F92 asks, what part of your body did you notice first for weight loss? I noticed in here first, and I noticed in, I would say, yeah, my tummy a little bit, my butt a little bit. So it was kind of all over. I lost weight super slow, and I really wasn't paying attention to my weight because I was so focused on the health and the nutrition aspect of it that I really didn't really notice a lot with the weight loss. It wasn't until, you know, you start to notice like your pants are fitting better and you're starting to get a little bit of a smaller tummy. I think the best thing that I noticed was getting my collarbone back. I really, really liked that. That was probably my favorite part, and getting rid of all my cellulite. That I didn't really notice it until about a year into it. It probably happened sooner, but I really didn't, again, I wasn't really noticing it. Plus it's winter here often, and we don't really wear shorts very much, you know, except for a couple summer months. So I really wasn't paying attention to it, but one day I just noticed and I said, wow, my cellulite's pretty much gone. So we took after pictures, and I have the before and after pictures of the cellulite on my Facebook page. You can go check that out. Miss Mary Barnett says, how long did it take you to lose weight? I've been raw for a week and I'm gaining weight. I really wanted to address this one because this is something that is very important to me, and it's about, you need to be patient with yourself. You need to make sure that you're getting your nutrition, and you need to make sure that you're doing raw vegan properly. A lot of people who dive into the raw vegan lifestyle try to out-calorie other people. So, you know, you find some YouTubers are claiming they're eating 3,500 calories, and then you feel that you need to eat that many calories, but you really don't, because yes, raw food acts differently. I mean, if I'm eating 2,400 calories of raw, which I am now, that maintains my weight here at 117 pounds. But if I was eating 2,400 calories of a high-fat, high-protein Southern American junk food, processed food diet, I would definitely be gaining weight. So the calorie count isn't necessarily a thing if you're eating the proper ratios and the proper foods. However, if you're eating more calories than your body needs, the law of thermodynamics states that you cannot actually burn all of that extra, so you're gonna store it. So if your body doesn't need 3,500 calories, then don't eat 3,500 calories. Don't feel like you need to stuff yourself. You should eat, and you should always eat when you're hungry, and you should get your calories and your nutrition that you need for the day. But most people, it averages, like, unless you're like 5'3" or 5'2", you really only need about 1,800 calories a day. I lost weight on 2,100 to 2,300 calories, and I'm 5'6", just so you guys know. But I've had to increase it to 2,400 to 2,700 calories to maintain my weight. But if I eat more than that, I would probably gain weight, because it's not how much, I'm really sedentary. I don't really do a lot of working out. So I feel like if I was eating 3,500 calories, I would gain weight. And that's just how it is. So you want to find your perfect balance, but you don't want to calorie restrict. So don't go below, you know, where they say you should eat like 1,500 calories. It's just, if you cut your calories, you cut your nutrition. If you want to increase your calorie deficit, add exercise. Don't sacrifice nutrition just to lose weight. Add exercise if you can. Add more running and walking and all of that good stuff, because that's beneficial to you, and you're gonna burn those extra calories that you need because you need the nutrition. So you want to make sure that, and another thing that you want to really keep an eye on is your fat intake, because if you're eating a lot of fruit, you have to cut your fat back. If you're eating high fat, you can't eat a lot of fruit, because fat is going to interfere with insulin, and it's going to cause a lot of sugar problems and store as fat. So Dr. Garth Davis says that it's actually quite hard for the human body to store carbohydrates as fat, but it's very easy to store fat as fat. So you want to keep your fat down to about 10% of your total calories, and you can go on chronometer.com and you can enter your food and see where you're at. But I highly suggest watching your fat intake and then playing with your calorie count and finding what works for you. Again, at 2,100 to 2,300 calories, I lost about 1 pound a week. And there were months in there that I didn't lose anything. But again, I wasn't keeping track. I was focusing on health, and the weight just came off as a side effect of being really healthy and taking care of my body. So I hope that helps answer your question on the calorie debate. I have a lot of videos on my YouTube regarding the calories and, you know, how you can find out your own. So you can go search my channel and see if you can find any of those. But again, I hope you guys really like this video. I will have 5 more questions for you on another video coming up soon. If you like this video, please click like and subscribe to my channel to get notifications for more. And find me on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, and YouFood, all at Raw Food Romance. Until the next video, guys, I hope you have a lovely day and fruit on.